uh, one of my biggest hobby is myth busting. Ça veut dire que c'est myth busting? That means taking some concepts. I've been doing that all my life. You hear things 1,000 times. After a while, you start believing it's the truth, right? And it takes a while to realize sometimes it's just conditioning, okay? So I enjoy doing that with small things and big things. So I will combine myth busting with finance, and I will give you my statements in a few minutes, okay? So I teach finance. I've been doing it for 20 years. It's funny, it's fun, can be boring sometimes, but it's a very interesting topic. I've done some research about it, and for the past few years, I'm also trading financial instruments. You know what that means, right? And since I'm researching, I'm doing trading and I'm researching traders, do you know that traders, you know, people who buy and sell stocks, currencies, right? You understand that? The success rate is less than 5%. That means if we have 100 people here, less than 5 will make money. Sometimes even less than that. So why is that? The question, deserves some research. Now, trading is very fun, very exciting, very unpredictable, okay? You buy, you sell stock, you hear some news, you think it's gonna go up, but it's go down. You think it's gonna go down, it goes up, you don't understand, right? So how can you make money in such an unpredictable environment? Well, the trick is to get into the psychology of trading. The mistake of some people is that they think there is some magic somewhere, okay? There's some magical strategies, or there's some magical indicator or magical formula. I will find it, and then I will make millions of dollars. But trading is very hard, right? For psychological reasons. Just like almost any field, psychology is very important. So let's explore the mind of a trader, of a financial trader. Okay, it's very interesting. Okay, a successful trader has a poker face, just like mine. What is a poker face? A poker voice. No idea? Well, first of all, if you see successful traders talking, expressing their ideas, you don't know if they're happy or sad, okay? You don't know if they're having good time or bad time. They just have the same tone, same face, and they keep it for a long time. To them, being in a marriage or funeral is the same thing, okay? Making money or losing money, or at least in appearance, is the same thing, okay? They control their emotions, okay? You cannot stop emotions or things popping up in your head, but they don't let these emotions control them, okay? They are highly organized and highly disciplined, okay? They wake up every day at the same time. They do exactly the same routine. They don't think. They work like machines, okay? They have the same working hours. They have the same resting hours. They do their exercises at the same time every day, okay? So they are highly disciplined, beyond the normal person. And in trading, the characteristic of trading is that you make money and you lose money sometimes. Okay, that's part of the nature of the game. And to them, when you see them, a successful trader is, when they make money or lose money, it's exactly the same thing. You will find the same. They will still go out there and do the same routine and do the same thing, do their exercise, have their dinner at the same time, etc. Nothing really changes. So they have this poker life. They don't show their face, okay? And that's really the nature, or the characteristic of this personality. They have also what we call a probability mindset. And here I'm about to get into my statement. And what is a probability mindset? A probability mindset, that means they think in terms of probability. And this is not very natural. Very few people can think in terms of probability. What does it mean to really think in terms of probability? They don't think in a deterministic way, like people who, you know, would like to have a fixed salary, would like to have a fixed life, would like to know what they will have for dinner tonight, etc. Now, these guys, they can have a winning month, they can have a losing month, etc. So probability means that they get into something and they know the probability of success and the probability of failure. Just like when you flip a coin, right? You flip a coin, what is the probability that you will have head? 50%, right? So you don't know exactly in each flip if it will be head or tail, right? But you know if you do it 10,000 times, what will happen? It will be 50-50. This is how they think. So to them, you have to keep doing the same thing over and over and over, thousands of times, in a very boring way, without thinking, to get their probability of success, which usually to them is more than 50%, right? So it's okay if you lose sometimes. You know you will win more than you will lose. But this is so heavy on the thinking mind that it's, 95% of the people cannot do that, okay? Usually because they don't know how to do it. So these people, they're not projected in the future. I'm talking about these people like they're aliens. They are supernatural in a way. They have no projections in the future, right? They don't think about tomorrow, after tomorrow. Well, actually, they think about it, but it's not affecting their emotions, right? They are here now, okay? They can feel their body, their sensations. They can hear you. They can analyze what you say in an unbiased way, which is very hard because the mind tends to be projected in other things that are not here, right? This is the natural way of doing things. To them, nothing is a problem. It's a situation. Everything is a situation. Whether we perceive it to be good or bad, we are in a situation, we have to manage it. Okay? So if the situation is what we call bad, well, I will get rid of it as fast as possible. Okay? That translates into them, when you have a losing trade, I will not let the loss go very far away. I will get rid of it now before the loss gets bigger. Okay? And that's very hard to do because we don't accept a loss. So sometimes we have a losing possession and we keep a losing possession until it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay? When a situation is bad, then you try to make the most, or good, sorry, what we perceive to be good. We try to keep it as long as possible, make the most of it. Okay? So we prolong the good situations and we shorten the bad situations. And this is the probability mindset. This is how you win. This is similar to what people say, you do it over. If you fail, you do it over. You fail, you keep doing it until you succeed. It's kind of similar, but it's not exactly. It's a probability way of thinking. Now, the interesting part is that, and here it's a little bit controversial because positivity is really a big thing for everybody, right? Well, these guys, they don't do what they do in terms of positivity, okay? And I will go as far as there is a confusion of what positivity is, because I don't really think positivity gets you the good things, okay? It's other things that will get you there. Positivity is more of like sugar. It makes you feel good, right? But since we live in a world of duality, if you think about positive, there is no way that you can forget about negative things, okay? So it's a tricky concept. So it's not about positivity. Positivity is the future. It's not now. These guys are not about hope, again. Hope is similar to positivity, okay? I'm not really, saying these things are bad. What I'm saying is that they have a dark side to them, okay? Positivity and hope can be very tricky. I know people who've been positive all their life, and they really haven't done much. But when you see them, they're positive. If you throw something bad at them, they will look at it from a perspective and they will interpret it as being good. So they're always playing this ping pong game of good, bad, good, bad. You cannot think about bad and not good, or think about good and not bad. So you're always playing this ping pong game, and it's very tiring, believe me. It can be very tiring for some people. Okay? So no positivity, no hope. So we replace this concept by clarity. They have a clear mind. What is a clear mind? A clear mind is a mind that is here, present, that is not affected by the future, the past, by the hope. No, it's here, completely empty, unbiased, interpreting things as they are, not as the mind thinks they are. Okay? And we will replace hope by focus. So, into the world of trading and finance, we change positivity and hope to clarity and focus. In other words, we want to be here and not there. Okay, so what's wrong with positivity? I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just talking about the dark side of positivity. Okay? Well, you know that saying, the people are positive, you know that saying, when life throws at you a lemon, what do? You make a lemonade, right? That's a famous saying for the positive community, which is almost everybody. But the problem is if you have a lemon, do you know how to make lemonade? If you know what I'm saying. Because there is always a gap. Okay? And if life gives you what you think is a lemon, is it really a lemon? Because sometimes what you think is bad, you think something happens bad to you, you wait a little bit, you realize it wasn't so bad. Because it threw you into something that opened some doors for you. Okay? So it's always a mind interpretation. What appears to be bad can be good in a longer perspective, and vice versa. Okay? So there is this gap. Well, an example would be, okay, I want to have this nice house, but I don't have a nice house now. There's a gap. And that gap can widen. Why? Well, because you start wondering, how on earth am I going to get the money to get this house? Right? Is this legitimate? Right? So you can get into a vicious cycle of thinking that widens the gap. And it happens all the time. Okay? Like what he just said before, you know, it's not because you think positive about something that it will happen. Okay? Because there is now a reality that is in front of you that keeps throwing you away from it. So at the end, it might get worse. And this is what happens to most people. That's the reality. So it's not easy to manage. So closing the gap is between what you want and what you see right now, because what you see right now can be very bad, according to your judgment, okay? But it's here, so it's affecting you, and it's hard to get away from it. That's why most of the rich people are from families who have money. Most of the poor people are from families who do not have money. That's the way it is, because that's what you see. It affects you all the time. So the people who go from one to the other is because they applied, they very high self-discipline or some kind of self-pressure, self-clarity that we'll call, that got them to there. And it's really a minority. We have to be real about it. The last thing about positivity, or before last thing, is that, positivity and hope, willpower, motivation, these things need a lot of energy, isn't it? Right? You have to keep pressuring yourself to remember to think about this all the time, right? And this, in a sort of funny way, can be fueled by sugar. If you want to motivate yourself all the time, keep repeating affirmation all the time, keep doing all this, you might have to eat a lot of sugar because you need that energy. It's an energy that you need that will go away. So I know a lot of fat, positive people. I'm sorry about that, but it's one of the risks. If you use positivity in I would say, wrong way. And it can lead to depression. There are scientific studies about this. People tend to ignore the dark side of these things. But there are some negative or some studies that actually link positivity to depression. Why? Because of this gap that I said, the gap between what you want, but you really want, and what you have, and that you cannot close. By not closing it, you can have some mental issues. Okay? All right, so we want to replace positivity and hope with clarity and focus. Okay? So clarity and focus, that means you are here. Okay? Not there. I'm not in tomorrow. I'm not in the other building. I am here. I'm watching you. I'm trying to feel you. I'm trying to feel the building without any biased judgment. Okay? This is what clarity is. I'm empty in my mind, so I cannot judge you based on my programs. So I can judge you as you are. Okay? This is what clarity is. And of course, focus goes with clarity. That means I have to find a way to focus on you, to be here, right now. Okay? So I really believe that, a lot of people who make it, who do good things, they talk about positivity, but somehow they have this clear mind, okay? And they add positivity to it, and they have very nice mix. But some people just cannot make it with positivity, okay? And they are not given the right directions into starting working on clearing their mind before they can become positive. Okay, so when you are clear, it's not that you have no emotion, that's not really exact, but we are human beings. You cannot stop thinking. You cannot stop emotions. But what you can work on is stopping or limiting the impact of your emotions on you. Okay? And that can be done with some work. Okay? So no emotions, things are what they are, not as I am. I'm seeing you as you are, hopefully, not as I am, not the filters of my mind. This is how traders make money, because they are able to judge the market based on what it is, not on what my mind is, okay? On what happened yesterday or 1 week ago, etc. Okay? That's what clarity is. I cannot judge things well if I'm positive. Positive is tomorrow. No, if you know what I mean. Okay, and these guys are single-minded, of course, because they are very focused and they have realistic expectations. Okay, realistic expectations, and I think somebody touched on that, is that, things are not as simple as you might think. For example, a few days ago or a few weeks ago, I was interviewing one guy to work in finance academy for me, and he wanted to impress me, and the first thing he said, "You have to hire me. I'm the future Warren Buffett. I'm very positive, very, I told him, first of all, Warren Buffett is not a trader, he's an investor. Well, he invests in financial instruments, but he's not a typical trader. And I don't like that much positivity. And I wanted to say something, but it's gone. But anyways, I ended up hiring him, not because of him, because he was really funny, and because he knew about finance somehow, okay? But I told him, Warren Buffett is not an investor, and it's not realistic. There's only one Warren Buffett. There will never be another Warren Buffett. People like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, or whatever, these big names, these people, we call them statistical outliers. I don't know if anybody knows what that means. Statistical, just listen to Bill Gates. He says that I'm here because I'm lucky. There's nothing about, being positive or something. Okay, of course, if you do good things will happen to you. But don't expect to become Bill Gates. Expect something good to happen, okay? So these guys, that's what I mean by unrealistic expectation. You have to do your best. You have to work hard. You have to create expectation and objectives and expect good things to happen. But don't try to be, something that is purely a statistical error, okay? For example, I am a statistical error because I'm almost 2 meters, right? How many people are 2 meters? I'm the tallest guy in the building, right? That's what Bill Gates is. It's like a 2-meter-20 basketball player. You will have very few people that will get to that point. And usually it's pure luck. It's not success that is pure luck. It's the extent of the success that is pure luck, okay? However, let's remain positive, right? If you work hard, if you do good things will happen. But just don't be unrealistic, Thank you. Okay, now I will just finish by giving you talk, just maybe how a little bit to become clearer. First of all, since we're talking about success, we enjoy success, we'd like to have success. Well, success, first of all, it's up to you to define it. You define what success is for you. If success is having a salami sandwich, that's fine. It's nobody's business to judge you, right? If success for you is to have a lot of money, good for you. Just make sure that you don't have that gap, that you can get there, that the gap is not too strong for you, okay? So you define what success is. Then you clear your mind. Try to find or learn some tools that will help you clear your mind, okay? Learn to live in the moment, right now. I want to be here, not there. I want to judge things as they are, not as I am. That's another way of saying walk the path of probability. The path of the probability is repeating the same thing exactly without thinking over and over and over and over and over, right? And the statistic will be on your side at the end. By probability, you will win when you do it 100. There's nothing, it's not a miracle, it's purely mechanical. When you repeat things over and over, statistically speaking, you will, if you choose a good distribution, you will win, okay? So it's not magical, okay? It's exactly like a blind walks, right? A blind walks successfully by going this way, then this way, then this way. It's never a straight path, okay? That's the probabilities way of thinking, okay? Well, how do you have a clear mind? Well, I'm sure there are many ways, but to me, I think the best way is just learn how to breathe. It's as simple as that. Simple does not mean easy, right? Simple just means that, the path is very clear. If you learn how to breathe, I'm not necessarily talking about meditation. When you learn how to focus on your breathing, you learn to become single-minded. If you focus on your breathing, you are here, okay? So this is an exercise that you can read about it, research it, but its clarity or mind clarity is directly linked to how you breathe. If you breathe well, if you learn how to breathe, you will have a clearer mind, and maybe you will become a good trader. Okay? Thank you very much.